welcome back to the Golden Goose DFS show. I am your host, Chandler Blakely, aka Goose Man, here today bringing you another edition of my starting five on Draftkings and Fanduel, man, on this championship football Sunday, baby. Excited about the games today. Man, should be two good ones. I got the Packers and the Chiefs, man. Hey, that's who I'm rocking with today. I love to see Aaron Rodgers against Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. I think that could be one for the ages, man. So that's who I got picked to win them today. Put in the comment section, man. Let me know who you like today, man. But the Packers and the Chiefs is what I'm going with, all right? But, man, enough of that, man. We got a nice 5-game NBA slate today to feast on. Alright, just my early outlook on the slate, man. Everybody undoubtedly going to be going to the Wizards, man. They're very depleted over there due to COVID and health protocols and some injuries, man. Westbrook is questionable. I don't think he plays, so that's going to make Bradley Beal pretty much everyone's favorite pay-up option. They got him as questionable, but they haven't played in 2 weeks, and the fact that Westbrook is still questionable just doesn't bode well for his chances of playing. So, like I said, that's going to make Bradley Beal probably everyone's favorite pay-up option. I have no problem with that. I like Bradley Beal. I'll definitely get some exposure to him if Westbrook is out, and if Westbrook plays. Either way, I'm going to have some exposure to Beal, man. It's a 5-game slate, man. It's a 5-game slate, sorry. And he got the potential to score the most raw points. So definitely love Brad Beal today. And either if Westbrook plays or sits. All right. Also, like I said, everybody be going to the Wizards game for value. They're very depleted, but just to kind of steer you away from that chalk value over there, undoubtedly. Don't forget, C.J. McCollum is out. And we saw Rodney Hood get the start last time they played a game, which has been a little while for the Blazers as well. But he's still 3,800, man. He gave us a great return for his price tag last time out. So you can look to Hood for a little more value if you're trying to avoid some of the uncertain chalk that will be the Washington Wizards, all right? But let's get into my starting five, man. Give y'all what y'all came for today, all right? Starting out, man, at point guard, guy I'm looking at this morning, man, he's really come along, man, this year. I think them giving him more ball handling responsibilities has really unlocked his game as far as fantasy wise, guys. And the guy I'm speaking of is Aaron Gordon, man. Like I said, him handling the ball more has just really unlocked his game for fantasy purposes, man. I don't know how it looks in real life. I haven't watched much Magic basketball so far this season, but for fantasy wise, he's really been consistently performing over the last 3 games, man. You saw him with a 60 and 240s back to back. His price hasn't came up. I like him at this price tag. He's also playing solid on the defensive end. The last 3 games, he's had 2 or more blocks in every game. So I like Aaron Gordon handling the ball with the peripherals that he adds and the chances to score even just raw points, period, in general. I love Aaron Gordon today, and at this price tag and a porous defense of the Charlotte Hornets should not be able to hinder him whatsoever. So get you some Aaron Gordon today, man. Next up, shooting guard, man. I told you it's a lot of value with the Wizards. That's what everybody's going to be going. But I got a sneaky value play today that I'm pretty sure going to go overlooked. And that guy is Alex Burks, man. In his up-pace matchup against a porous Trailblazer defense, man. It's a super pace-up game for him. Alex Burks is working his way back, man. The last 2 games, you saw him. He's averaging about 28 minutes over the last 2 games. And last game out, he really started to look for his shot. He was just off from the field. I think he shot like 2 or 14, but he had like a 25% usage in his last matchup. If he can continue to get right at 30 minutes, and he's going to see 25% usage in this up-pace matchup against the Portland Trailblazers, man, I like Alex Burks, man. I think he goes overlooked today as far as value plays. I like him as a sneaky value play today. I'm definitely going to have some exposure to Alex Burks, all right? Coming in at small forward, and the guy I want to look to today, Chris Middleton, man. Great matchup here against the Hawks, man. Should be the highest total on the slate, man. You know what Middleton does, man. He's been consistent. He's like a walking 40 fantasy points, man. And at 7,800, that's good, solid production for him. But I think he has a chance at an upside game here against these Atlanta Hawks, man. Should be a good back and forth game, up and down. Hawks like to run a little bit, play in transition. You know what the Bucks like to do, play in transition as well. I can see this game really getting after it and really putting up some points in general, all right? I like Chris Middleton today in his matchup against the Hawks, all right? Coming in at power forward, man. Guy I want to go to. Julius Randle, man. You know what he does, man. Still a good price on him at 9,200. Like I said, man, I think this game, I ain't going to say the Portland game goes overlooked, but I think the Knicks side of this game, guys, this is a huge pace-up spot for the Knicks against a poor defense in the Trailblazers, man. I know everybody's going to be going to the Wizards game and the Spurs game and that Hawks-Milwaukee game. I like some exposure to these Knicks guys, man, as I think they could be underrepresented on tonight's slate. Especially Julius Randle at this price, man. Get you some Julius Randle, all right? Get you some exposure to some of them Knicks as well, okay? Coming in at center, my number one play today, number one value play, I'm going Alex Len, man. Yes, sir, man. Alex Len should be freed up, man. He's just signed with the Wizards. Excuse me. Bit of a homecoming, man. Y'all know he played at University of Maryland. He should be comfortable with his surroundings. And the Wizards are depleted in the front court. They only have two true centers on the roster, Alex Len and Robin Lopez. And Robin Lopez is not a 30-plus minute player, you know, so at worst I think him and Robin Lopez and Alex Len split time. So we know in the past Alex Len has been a fantasy point per minute monster. So if you're gonna give me 20 to 25 minutes of Alex Len at 3,100, I would take that every day, man. He should crush. If he gets 25 minutes, he should crush this 3,100 price tag, man. And I don't even see it being a split. I actually see Lynn getting a little more playing time than Lopez. I think Lynn comes in. Lopez is going to start undoubtedly. But I think Lynn comes in and plays pretty well off the bench. And they leave him out there for a few more minutes. So I think he could push 28 minutes in this one, you know, depending on his condition, but we'll see. But I love Alex Len, man. I'm gonna be all over him until his price rise. I'm gonna anytime Len is on the slate for the next couple games, trust me, get on him. You want to be first to the party. I'm gonna be overweight to whatever the field does with him, man. Get you some Alex Len at the center spot, all right? And that's my starting five on DraftKings today, guys. Gordon, Burks, Middleton, Randle, and Lynn. All right, now let's go take a look at the FanDuel side of it. But before we do, man, please hit the subscribe button. Press the like button for your boy. It's greatly appreciated, man. Turn your notification bell on, man, so you can be here with me every slate, man. Every slate I'm here with you guys. Rain, sleet, shine, or snow, man. Monday to Sunday, I'm here, man. Please subscribe. Go follow on Twitter at DFS Goose, man, for any questions you may have about the slate, life, anything in general, man. Post them to me on Twitter and I'll respond to you, all right? All right, let's look at the FanDuel. FanDuel today, man. Starting at the top, point guard, the guy I'm looking at, Kemba Walker, man. We saw his minutes increase to 28 minutes the last game, so he should get that, if with the possibility of a few more in today's matchup against the Cavaliers as he continues to work himself back from injury, man. You know what Kemba does, man. He's the scoring punch, and they're going to need it with Tatum still being out. So it's going to be him and Jaylen Brown show, man, which brings me down on Jaylen Brown just a smidget, but he's still in play too. But I like Kemba at this 6,800 price tag over here on FanDuel. Get you some Kemba Walker in your lineups, man. Shooting guard, you just heard me talk about him. Bradley Beal, man. I'm going with him on FanDuel. Favorite favorite pay up option on the slate, as I'm pretty sure it's going to be everybody else's. But don't worry about the ownership. Just get you plenty of exposure to him, man. Y'all know what he does, and you especially know what he does if there's no Westbrook. So get you some Bradley Beal in your player pool tonight, all right? Coming in at small forward over here, Chris Middleton, man. Everything I just said for DraftKings holds true on FanDuel. It's $100 more over here, but I'm not worried about that. Great game environment against these Hawks, man. Get you some Chris Middleton, all right? Next up, power forward, man. A guy who has destroyed me so many times this year. But hey, all is forgiven. He won me money his last time out, so I'm rolling him back out today. LaMarcus Aldridge, man. This price tag is just too cheap, man. I know his game log is helter-skelter, man. It's up and down. You never know what you're going to get. But I'm hoping last game was a good sign and he can try to work his way back into some consistency against these Washington Wizards, who's already depleted. Should be a good game. This should be the second highest total next to the Hawks and Bucks. It might actually be the first. I haven't even looked at the totals just quite yet, but I like LaMarcus Aldridge in this matchup, man. 5,600. You know, a guy who has 50-point upside, man. He gave us, 44 last time out. I like LaMarcus Aldridge today, man. If he kills me, he kills me. But I've been playing him all year, more than I should. So why stop now after he have a good game? So I'm going right back to the well with LaMarcus Aldridge, man. All right? And rounding out at center, man. Once again, you see it. Alex Len, man. I'm telling you. I'm trying to be first to the party. It's still going to be a pretty packed party with Alex Len today just because of the Wizards are so depleted. But I don't know. I'm hoping the rest of the fantasy world doesn't realize how good of a play he is right in there. Like, he should be, I'm going to be so heavy on Alex Len today, guys. If he kills me, he kills me. But I don't think he can kill me that bad at 3,500 on FanDuel and 3,100 on DraftKings. I'm going to die on that Alex Len Hill tonight, guys. All right? So there you have it, man. My starting five on FanDuel: Kemba Walker, Bradley Beal, Chris Middleton, LaMarcus Aldridge, and Alex Len. All right? Get you plenty of exposure to these guys. Get them in your lineups. Hopefully they can get you some cash back. Hey, man, this has been the Golden Goose DFS show. I am your host, Goose, man. Y'all know the motto: chances make champions. I see y'all tomorrow, all right? Let's go.